Good evening, everyone. It's Sue here from the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory, and welcome to another Monday Light live stream here, where we introduce our members, different members, and we come on and they give readings or they tell you what they do. And we're at www.psychicsoulguidancedirectory.com. Tonight we have our normal guest, the beautiful Moira, but before Moira, we would like to introduce you to Nicole, who is an animal communicator. How are you, Nicole?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. Animal is a animal communicator, and she does pet Reiki. She's a pet Reiki master, and she communicates with animals and helps them through difficult times, and also communicates any problems to their owners, so she can help them get through these problems. So we could probably start off with if you just explain a little bit what you do, Nicole, how you do it.
Sure. So, as Sue said, I speak to animals. They can be living or past, and I connect with their energy, or I'll connect with them directly. There's, a difference between a reading or a communication, where a communication obviously is a back and forth conversation. Sometimes, if the pet's not very forthcoming with information, that's when you sort of tap into their energy, if they allow you to bring through uh, messages or information for the owner. So how I work can be a little bit different to everyone else. And so I will connect with a pet, and I'll connect in this room. This is like my reading room, I call it. This is my little sanctuary, and I have my little dog down there. Oh, little, she's sort of big, but my dog on her dog bed. And I sit in here and I connect to a pet, and I have a conversation. I raise any issues that the owner wants me to raise or ask questions. And this could be, you know, um, why are you being so naughty? Or is there anything I can do for you? Or, sometimes it's missing pets, or sometimes when they're in spirit side, it's, how are you? Or, you know, do you visit me? Anything like that. Basically, anything pet related. And so I'll connect with them, have a conversation with them, and then I'll have a conversation with the owner. And that's only purely because sometimes you can, and this is not everyone, this is just me, this is because this is the way I do it. I don't want to just pull through psychically what a pet owner is thinking or feeling. I want to direct
Right.
all my questions straight to the pet, because the pet has emotions, it has feelings, it has a point of view, and I want to see what their point of view is, and I want to bring their point of view across so that I can sort of just relay any messages to see if there's a miscommunication anywhere in the grand
Okay.
scheme of things. Yeah.
So, do they answer you like you would, like a human would? So,
Oh,
if
that's
you
a
said
good
to them,
question.
what is wrong with you, would they come back with saying something like, I'm depressed, or would it be
Yeah,
something like
so
that?
it
Or,
depends. Yeah, some animals can, and some animals. So sometimes it's a mixture. It's like a language. It's a different language. So sometimes I'll ask them a question. I'll get an overwhelming feeling back, and you're like, so if it
right,
was depression, I'd have this overwhelming sadness back. Or I'll give an example. I was speaking to one horse, and I was doing this one at the same time. I was speaking to someone in the UK, and they were asking me questions. I was like, "Hang on, let me just tap into the horse." I'd still do it a little bit separately, but at the same time, if that makes sense. And the more I'd ask the horse questions, I would hear the horse yelling at me. And, and I'm like, your horse is really mad. And and then I was like, it's saying this, but that I heard. And that was just, horses and cats seem to be very spiritual and can get their message across a lot easier. But sometimes if it's a
right.
scared dog, they'll just give me an image. I'll just see something, or I'll have this random. I'll use my sunflower example. I have all these different examples that I pull up, and you know, she wanted to know how her past dog was, and I just kept seeing sunflowers. I'm like, that's so weird. And sometimes I feel like a crackpot. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to say this. They're going to think I'm weird. And then, and because I'm not the message, it's just, I'm the
Yeah,
telephone cord.
exactly. I mean, that's the
So,
same as normal readings, isn't it? You think to yourself, they're going to think I'm strange if I say this. So it's the same
right?
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty much the same.
just quickly, we've got a few people on already. We've got
Okay.
Leanne, we've got Anne Marie, Donna, Lydia and Jenny are all saying hi. Just to let you know, if you've just come on, this is Nicole, and she's an animal communicator. So any questions you might have about animal communication or how she might be able to help your animal, just quickly, if you could just type in, and I'll be able to ask Nicole, and she can let you know. Sorry, go on, Nicole. What were you about to say?
Sunflowers. So I brought through this message of I keep seeing sunflowers, and I was compelled to buy sunflowers, and I'm not sure, I don't understand this. Do you understand it? And she did understand it, and she explained to me that that was a past relative on spirit side, and that meant that this relative had her dog, and she actually asked this relative to look after her dog, and the symbol was sunflower.
Isn't that comforting? That must be so comforting for the
So that and then, but we don't know, do we? We just see a sunflower. So it's very, very similar.
Okay, so we've also got Jenny, Jackie, Nicole saying it's the first time she's tuning in. Jody, Chantel, and anybody got any questions for Nicole? If you could type them in, if you can just share and like the page as well and type them in. So I have got a question here from Jody. Oops. She's just moved 4 hours from her horses. Are they happy she might not be able to tell you this, but anyway, are they happy at her parents' house? She's worried that she may have to sell them as they aren't getting as much attention from her, and she just loves them so much, it's breaking her heart. This is Jody Lee Richardson.
Jody, okay, well, firstly, that's a very hard situation to be in, so I do feel for you. And I do want to let you know that animals, one of the first things they do is when there is a separation, and that could just be moving or, missing pets or anything like that. The first thing they will do is tap into you, because they can, because animals are telepathic. So it doesn't matter what we say, they go on what we see and feel and the energy we project. Horses are very, very spiritual. So if you're projecting, stress and worry out to them, they would be picking that up, and they would already know that you're having these feelings of, is she getting rid of me? So this can actually be a situation where they could be having fear of, anxiety about it, and it could actually be creating a situation for them, and this is not your fault because you're in this situation. In relation to whether you should sell them or not, I would, if you can, go down, but you don't need to see them personally, because time and space makes no difference with animal communication. Same with medium or psychic work. Put it out to them. Put it out. Would they prefer you to give them new owners? Most possibly what they would like is they would want a conversation with you. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but when we speak to our animals, we create an image in our mind. So to give you an example of that, and I'll give you 2 examples. People that have dogs or cats or whatever, and you think, oh, I've got to go do the dishes. And the next minute, the animal's in your way going with you to do the dishes because it's already seen what you're doing. And
isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll always notice they know where you're going.
And they do.
Yeah, because they've seen it. Because before you have even thought about telling them or saying it, you've thought it and they've picked up on your thought. So, and horses are amazing. You can, if you're having trouble with a horse, say if you're riding or I don't know, you could be doing jumps or anything like that, and you're having difficulty with the horse, they don't want to go over jump, or they're not really sure what to do, and you've done all the training that you need to do. This is where if you're calm in front of the horse and basically visualize is a good word, an image of what you want them to do. So, I want you to jump over this jump. And I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but I'm going to rein it back in.
Yeah, that's all right.
With your horses, you will need to put out, someone can tap into them and find out their feelings and ask that question direct, and they'll get the feelings back. Because, again, I don't like to do them live. I like to talk directly to the animal. But if you're not sure and you don't have the opportunity to see an animal communicator, what I would do is I'd put the question out to them, and you will get a message back. you will either receive it in way of thought or feeling, but you have to try and separate, oh, I'm feeling this. You have to let it go, and you have to let the image or the knowing come to you. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know too many horses that want to be separated from their owners.
No,
If I'm
I can
completely like
imagine
that.
not. Any animal, really. Jodie said, perfect, thank you. She was there on the weekend and she got lots of love.
Oh,
Jodie, maybe if you wanted to speak to Nicole about having a reading between you and your animals, you can. The name of her company is Connect to Animals, and you can either go to her Facebook page, or you can go via our website, because all the links to her Facebook page and her website are on our website. So I hope that helped. And I've got another
sorry.
question here from Donna Martin. My little dog is laying here listening to you. She gets very stressed with storms, but does my
My
mum
mum
visit
visited.
her of a night time? Oh, her mum. Does her mum visit her of a night time?
Okay, so sort of, I'm assuming this is two separate things. So
Yeah, so she's saying she gets very stressed at storms, and she's wondering, obviously her mother has passed, and she's wondering if she visits her dog of a night time. I
okay,
think that's what she's
so
saying.
all right. Well, with the storms, I'll just explain how storms for a pet work, because we know storms coming, it'll be over, in this amount of time. It may be scary. We get scared of storms. For an animal, they cannot get away from a storm. For when you're stressed and you're anxious from a storm, it is everywhere. This is why dogs will lunge at windows, because they're trying to get away. This is why animals go missing in storms, because they're trying to run away from what is literally around them. Animals, and their hearing is so far superior than ours. It is literally all around them, and I have had cases where it actually cause a heart attack because it stresses them so much. So in that aspect, I would try and explain long before the storm's coming, if you're in the opportunity where you can say, okay, there's going to be a storm, and you remain calm, and also desensitize the animal to the storm. And during the storm, see, I would comfort an animal, but I would also, while I'm confident, explaining it. Okay, this is a storm. This is what's going to happen. We're going to get through it, and train and make it fun. Change a negative situation in a positive situation, instead of allowing the dog to sit there scared, and it's probably not going to listen to you because it's in that mode where it's just so highly stressed. Where if you bring them back down and play games, do training, do treat, do that sort of, and then eventually their pathway to be like, oh, it's a storm, it's like, oh, it's a storm, we're going to have some fun, like completely change it around, and always turn a negative situation into a positive situation.
Oh, that's excellent advice. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Now, in relation to the mum suggestion,
Yep.
or the question, animals dogs and cats have cones and rods in their eyes, and they see things a lot differently to us humans. We actually have different eyes, and I've seen it from a cat's perspective, where they can see auras and they can see spirits and everything. Some animals are better at it than the other animals, but they can actually see higher frequencies than us. So that's why a cat can see a spirit, or a dog can see a spirit, because they can actually see the frequencies with their natural eye, whereas us humans can't always see that. So if you're feeling that your mum's around and your dog is looking somewhere, or you just have this feeling, was my mum here? Or, the chances are probably yes, because you wouldn't be feeling that way. So, it's probably mum's way of showing you that, hey, I'm here, and just wanted to pop in and say.
I often see my dog looking above me or behind me, and just staring, and you're thinking, and I say to her, who are you looking at? Who's there? Because I don't see them, but she can see them.
Oh, and quite clearly. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just push on. We've got a lot of people asking questions, if you don't mind. So Jackie where is this? Jackie is saying, Jackie Grant, so sorry to hear, Jackie, that you've got cancer, but she's asking, is her dog picking up on her cancer?
Oh, dogs can actually smell this. So they're actually training. So this is completely off, well, not on the communication side, but just I know that they've actually had studies where dogs can actually pick up cancer. And I was speaking to a lady in a health food store, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and her dog kept putting her paw on her chest, and
Right.
the bruise wouldn't go away. And she eventually went to the doctor, and that's exactly where she had cancer.
Oh my God, isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yes, animals, and they will mirror back to you, or they'll play up sometimes. It's like, but it's their way of going, hey, something's wrong, do something, So yeah, it's
Yeah,
very.
that's a good, yeah. Oh, hang on, sorry. Okay. She said thank you very much for that. Since my partner has died, our dog just barks and barks. This is from Marnie Nolan.
I'm sorry that you suffered a loss. It's very difficult going through having a partner die, and the possibility is that this dog is so stressed and upset, and the other flip side of that is it's grieving itself, but it's also trying to take from you. Like, it's trying to take your pain away from you. And dogs, when they bark for a reason. Sometimes it's to release energy. That's why you have sometimes barking problems in the backyard, because they've got so much pent up energy, they have to release it. So this could be his way of grieving, and how this dog can like release this energy and painful, because animals know way more about energy than us humans do. So it could just be a way that this pet is grieving, and it's horrendous for you because you're now dealing with the loss, an upset pet, a barking pet as well. So there will be a point in time where you can say, okay, we're all grieving, enough is enough, and we need to move forward, and you have to help this dog move forward. A training tip to help your dog stop barking is grab a treat, put it right near its nose so it stops barking and looks at you. You hold it for 3 seconds, and then you give it the treat, because what you're reinforcing is the quiet, not the barking. So I hope that helps.
Okay, it does. So somebody has just asked for a normal reading about their career. Nicole's not doing career readings for people. She's only talking about pets tonight. So if you've got a question about your pet, Moira will be coming on later on, and she'll be doing all the mini readings. So this is just about pets. Okay, what are we up to? Don Martin that we were speaking to earlier. Sorry, I'm going back now. Do you remember Donna? She said she lays on her bed with her pet and puts on meditation music, because the next day she sometimes has a small fit. She has been so stressed, and she's just said thank you. That's all.
Oh, that's awesome. And I love people doing meditation with their pet, because it's encouraging them to release their energy as well. So yeah, that's well done.
So if anybody else has got any more questions, or while we're waiting for somebody to put in some more questions, this is Nicole, and she's an animal communicator, and she also does pet Reiki. She communicates with your animals, your pets, to help them get through stressful times, or to get them through behavioural problems. And she does these via readings and via telepathy. So if you want to connect with Nicole for her services, she is at Connect to Animals on Facebook, and also via our website, Psychic Soul Guidance Directory. You'll be able to get in touch with that way. Jackie Grant said thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to talk about while we're asking? I think that's about all the questions so far about asking. That you might want to talk to us about, Nicole, while we're waiting.
One thing I wanted, actually was thinking about this today, is that sometimes pets can get anxious when things change. And sometimes when you get a pet and it's been through stressful situations, you can get anxiety, whether it be anxiety around you leaving, some separation anxiety, or just general anxiety. And as we know, anxiety is, basically the fear of the unknown, what could happen and what ifs. And when I had a ram, I have this ram called Lorenzo, and if I ever have a reading with anyone, Lorenzo will check you out. He is my security. I owned him in my sanctuary, because I have a farm animal sanctuary as well, and now he's on my team. So you can't get past him unless you go past him, which I think is pretty
Okay.
cool. But we had a conversation the day he died. I knew he was dying. He told me that day that that's pretty much he's out. He was 15, which is old for a ram. And I knew the minute he passed, I was like, mm-hmm. Plus one of my other sheeps was carrying on, Speckles. And anyway, as soon as I said, Speckles, what is wrong? I got this image of Lorenzo. So I went exactly where she told me, and he had passed. He was totally fine with his passing. He knew his passing was coming. A lot of pets that are loved and, live a full life accept death quite easily.
Okay.
Now, he had a conversation with me and he was saying, what ifs? Tell people what ifs don't exist. They just do not exist, because what happened was what was meant to happen. And so when animals have anxiety, they're very much fearing the what ifs. What if my owner leaves and doesn't come home? What if they've seen I don't know, the owner watched TV and there was a car accident and they think, oh my gosh, my owner could die in a car accident. These are real thoughts that animals
Oh,
can have.
wow. You wouldn't think, would you? Yeah.
So it's just, so many things can run through their heads. So the best thing to do, especially if you have an animal that has separation anxiety, they will get stressed. An animal with separation anxiety will get stressed long before you leave the house. They'll notice from the moment you brush your teeth, you have a certain routine that they pick up on. And they will start getting stressed at this point. Well, we only noticed at this point. And so what you should do is change your routine for once, just to change it around so they're not starting to stress, and explain, I'm going out, I will be back at this time, I'm going to go here, or we're going out, you're coming with me, we're going here. And because as you're saying it, you're thinking it, and as you're thinking it, they're getting it. And
Okay, because
so,
my dog is
yeah.
going through that at the moment, because I mentioned before we came live that my other dog died 3 months back. So every
Yes.
time she's rushing to the door, trying to get in the car with me, and
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's heartbreaking that they're so anxious and they want to come with you. So I'll try a few of those tips. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got Leanne, a question.
Cool.
Can you help with getting animals to get along? I have 2 cats in particular that I have to keep separate as they fight all of the time.
Yes, this is a painful, painful situation. And I can guarantee pretty much any problem you've had with an animal, I've probably had the same thing too. So animals that don't get on, first of all, some animals don't get on, just like some people don't get on, and that's okay. But if they live in the same house, they have to learn how to get on and in the same house, but not like each other. And that's okay as well. The fighting is not acceptable. So what we need to do as humans, when animals are fighting, what we do is stop, don't, stop, don't. The animal is just like not even hearing any of that, because animals don't really have an image for don't, stop, or if you say stop and they stop, you haven't actually given them any instruction of what to do. You're just stopping it. And so animals need instructions. So when any animal comes to my sanctuary, we give them the tour. This is these animals, this is this, these are now your sisters, they live here, and I expect you to get on. And then if anyone, say if we have a couple of roosters arguing, we separate them and we say, you do not fight in this house, we get on. Although you should more give them instructions like, you go over there, you go over there, from now on you are going to be friends. And then you try and do some, and it also goes on, why are they fighting? Are they fighting over you? Are you you're not the problem, but do they feel like they're fighting for your attention? In which case we need to separate them out and explain to them, everyone has equal rights here. Everyone's going to get on, and we need someone to, you can actually train that out of them, but you have to give them the explanation of, you do not fight, we are going to be friends here, and you also have to give them feedback constantly, because generally as pet owners we only give animals feedback when it's wrong. We never really give feedback when it's good. So if at any point in time they're not fighting, you go, oh my gosh, look at you two, you're so lovely, I love this house when no one's fighting, it's calm. And they'll be like, what did she say? What's going on?
So, I mean, I always get the feeling when I try to talk to my dog that she just doesn't get what I'm talking about. You know, I'm sort of saying if I'm going out, I'm not going to be long, and she's just looking with a bewildered look on her face and wanting to come in the car with me. But you're saying they perfectly understand what you're saying, that they're going to, yeah, okay,
They
all
do
right, well,
understand.
thank you.
Yep.
I hope that's helped, Leanne. We've got another question here. Nicole. No, that's not it. Okay. Nope.
I think the why on the cat fighting is a big issue. Once you know the
Yeah.
why, then you can deal with that, and then we can explain it out to them, and then we can give them exercises into how to interact with each other, whether that be walk away or come to me or go to your safe spot, all sorts of things.
Okay, so I'm a bit confused. Nicole's asking, is there anything I can do to help with the process? So what was Nicole's original question? Oh, her dog sees spirits around us. Sorry, Nicole, what was your question again? If you could ask that again, because I'm not sure. She's asking, is there anything I can do to help with the process? So
Was that with the storm?
It could have been the storm. I'm just going back to look at the. Sorry, it gets a little bit confusing. It's my first time doing this, and there's sort of questions everywhere. Yeah, she's got liked and shared. Does her dog see spirits around us?
Yep.
And you've said yes.
Yep.
That's my worry about getting my dog to sext. I don't want him to be scared, or think I'm leaving him.
Explain it to him first. So, but don't just explain it on the day. You'd want to do a lead up, because if you think of these animals like they're little children, not animals. And, you know, I would prep, my son's nearly an adult now, but when I was breastfeeding him and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be breastfeeding anymore. Like, I did it months in advance, then weeks, and then days. You won't have that much time with desexing, but it would be like, in a week's time, we're going to get desexed. We're going to the vet. You're going to have to stay there. I'm coming to pick you up. I'll be there at this certain time. And do routine things like when you go out of the house, just so you know, I'm going out of the house, I'll be back here. And don't even worry if you think the dog can't tell the time. The main thing is, I'm coming back, and you come back. And so if in the meantime you're going out of the house and you do things, and then that night it's like, just remember, next week we're going to the vet, this is what's going to happen. And then, you know, the closer it gets to the event, do it more intense, morning and night. Tomorrow, you know, tomorrow is the day. And then on the way, we're going to the vet, remember. And it's like a constant narration of their life, but you're taking out the fear. Because
and then do they get upset with you when they're in pain after the stitches and everything? Do they say, well, thanks, Mum, you didn't tell me that part?
Well, do you know what? Well, you could explain that. I had a dog. Okay, so this dog down here, not that anyone can see it. She's an older dog, and she had surgery to remove a lump from her leg. And at the same time, we had another dog that had a leg amputated because of bone cancer. So we had like quite a lot going on in the house. He lost his leg and he was like, okay, cool, 3 legs, no problems. Chemo, no sweat. She had a cone on her head and she looked at me and I swear she said to me, just kill me. Just kill me. She was so dramatic. And they all react differently.
Isn't it
she
funny?
Was so mad at me. And I did tell her, you know, we're going to get rid of it. Finally, we're getting rid of it, make it into a good thing. Yet, because she's terrified of the vet. And they're lovely, but she never really has to go. So I have to like really help her. Whereas my other dog is like, we're going to the vet. And he's like, yes, we're going to the vet. And, like, they shove needles in him and stuff. And yeah. So it depends on their personality, because they all have a different personality.
Yeah. Look, Viv Giles, we're not doing readings until Maura comes on. After Nicole's finished, she's only doing animals. So everybody that's caught Nicole tonight, Nicole is an animal communicator. The name of her company is Connect to Animals, and she does all sorts of amazing things. She lives on a farm. Before we come on live, we could hear the roosters in the background, so it's a real farm. We're in the city. You can tell we're in the city. And she connects with animals, and she helps, you know, sort out problems with the animals that you have, or your pets, sort of thing. So she's excellent at what she does. So you just need to either go to our website and follow the links to her, or just go straight to her Facebook page, Connect to Animals. So I think that's about all the questions we've got. I'm just having a look here to see if there's anything more coming up. So is there anything else you'd like to say? That's been about half an hour. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Nicole, before you left?
One thing I will say is that animals pick up on your energy 3 times faster than any human could. So
Yeah.
you cannot hide your feeling. You cannot, you know how sometimes you say to people, oh, no, I'm fine, but inside you're not fine. You say that to an
Yeah.
animal, they're not even going to acknowledge your words. They can feel your energy, and you cannot lie to an animal. So they know when you're upset. They're so in tune with you. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you allow your animal to have acknowledged them when they're acknowledging you, and have that bond, because they're really here to teach us how to love properly, because they're the purest form of unconditional love that there is, in my opinion.
I
Honestly.
know, and it is. We're blessed to have them, aren't we? Really,
Yeah,
we're so blessed,
yeah,
And it's just, what would life be without animals? Honestly. So,
yeah.
how many have you got on the farm there, Nicole?
Oh, so many. So we're a rescue and sanctuary. So we're an RSPCA rescue as well. So we have rehome
Okay.
some, but we also have the sanctuary, whereas obviously they live their life out here. So we've got 6 cows, 4 pigs, some sheep. We've got some baby goats at the moment. They're actually on
Okay.
our rescue website. We've got, what do you got? Peacocks? What do you want?
Oh, excellent. So
Dogs,
you communicate.
deaf
Is there
dogs.
any animals that you wouldn't communicate with, that you wouldn't feel comfortable communicate, like a crocodile maybe, or a? So they're all just as the same as one another.
They are, but do you know what? Because I have chickens, and in the early years here, we had some snakes come in, and didn't kill any of the chickens. Thank goodness. They alerted me, and we managed to get one out. But I was talking to a snake, and I'm not particularly a fan of snakes. I know people love them, and I prefer not to. But I have connected with a really sad snake, and that broke my heart, because I'm like, oh, you poor thing. But this snake in my chook pen, I was talking to it, and it's sort of like on this ledge, and I was talking to it, and it turned its head and looked directly at me, and I'm like, yep, I'm out. Okay, you got the message, I'm good. and that's just my human brain ego fear coming in. But the snake was sort of like, well, there's food here, so can I have some?
Wow, there you
No.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'd rather stay away from the snakes, but the sad snake was really upsetting, so yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's like Harry Potter. He connected with the snake. Have you ever watched any Harry Potter movies?
Yes, I think I've seen a couple of those, and yeah, the snake. But yeah, it's just my little human brain being silly and having a fear that is a rational fear,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
stupid for an animal, right?
Well, Moira's supposed to be coming on now, but I'm not quite sure where Moira is. So we might have. Oh, there she is. Hi, Moira.
Hi.
Have you been watching, Nicole, the animal communication
Yes,
and all the questions?
yes.
It's interesting,
I
isn't it? Really interesting.
understand this, especially the snake, and also I say to about sharks and that, and I say, you go in their kitchen, at feeding time, so
Yeah.
that's why they might sometimes take us as food, because who comes in? What if someone comes in our kitchen?
Yeah.
At feeding time.
Moira also does animal communication, Nicole.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Awesome, tag team. But I agree with that too. Yeah, because they could also be nibbling on us, like, oh, are you something I can eat? Oh no, yuck! Spit you out after taking your leg off, but not meaning it.
Yeah, exactly. But we've gone into their kitchen, the same as the snake has gone to get his food, because that's where the food chain is and all the rest of it. But he doesn't understand that humanly, that's your pen and they're your chickens, and you don't want the snake to have it. And he's like, I don't know those rules. My rules in nature are.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But have you ever spoken to a spider? Because I have.
Oh, I speak to them here, but I don't I always say, oh, you better get out because my chickens will eat you.
Okay. Yeah. I had a big one in my bedroom, a big what do you call them?
Huntsman. Yeah.
Huntsman, yeah. And I went, because you trained with Helen DeVita as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
I trained with Helen, and I remember her telling us a story about what to do. Anyway, I went, oh yeah. Anyway, it came up, and I spoke to it, and I said, now you just stay in that corner, or you go crawling through there to the other bedroom, and that's okay, and we'll be fine, and I don't want to hurt you, and da 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 da. And you know what it did, and it never came back.
Oh wow!
Now,
just
someone else might
understanding.
say you are mad, and I'll go okay, but listen,
But we're not.
why? It listened to me, obviously. I mean, I did. I got its attention, and I wasn't fearful, and you know how we have to do it, how we've been taught.
Yes.
And it was just amazing. And my daughter said, where is it now? I mean, I don't know. I told it to go in the other bedroom. I said, please don't come back in here and frighten me. But, you know, you're allowed in here, but don't come crawling on me or frightening me or anything. But that bedroom would be best for you. And it never came back.
Wow. See, respect and understanding. That's all it wanted to.
There you go. There you go.
Yes,
I'll
and I
remember
did
next time
speak with
a big spider.
I did speak to it with respect, and I said, "Hey, mate, how you going?" You know, like I got the friendliness and their trust. As you know, you got to get their trust.
Yeah.
So I got his trust. Well, I think it was his
There you go.
trust.
Well, it did.
Unless
It
he found a
worked.
girlfriend in the next room and decided, well, I'm going there anyway. I don't know, but it never came back, which is.
Did what you asked. There you go. See?
But I can't say that I'd go in the ocean and talk to a shark and hopefully be friends. I just.
No, I'm good.
I'm good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have to
We
be
have
sensible about these things, I think.
I leave
Yeah, I
that to the people that love
Thank you,
the ocean.
Nicole. That's been wonderful hearing about all this. Hopefully, you'll come on again one night and share your knowledge again with everybody. So, just one last time, everybody. She's under Nicole Elizabeth at Connect to Animals on Facebook, or go to www.Psychic Soul Guidance Directory, and you'll find her under My Readers, Our Healers, and also under Animal Communication as well. So she'll be able to help you with any problems you've got with your animals. Please contact her if you feel that you need her services.
Can I just
So
ask
have a lovely
Nicole,
night, Nicole. Sorry?
Can I just ask Nicole a question?
Yeah, sure.
Do you communicate also with the animals that have passed over?
Yes. I actually love
Brilliant.
the animals that have passed over because I feel like they have a lot more wisdom to give us. So, but I don't do humans. Yeah.
Okay, but especially when they describe exactly when you come outside and you go left and you can smell some mint, and then we're going to the garden and then there's some lettuce and and people go, how on earth you're describing my back? And well, they're showing me where they used to go for a pee.
We just relay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the pictures are amazing what they show. Yeah, even the skinks. That's what I found was amazing. I got a skink when I had to do the practice in the class, and I said it's a blue tongue lizard, but it's got a pink tongue. And they said, this girl said, that's my skink. And I said, what's that? She said, it's a female. And I didn't know, honestly. I'm Australian. I didn't know that the female one had a pink tongue, and it was called
I didn't know that. Did not know that. There you go.
No, that's what she told me. And I said, because I'm seeing a blue tongue, but it's not a blue tongue. It's got a pink one, but it looks like a blue tongue lizard.
Yeah.
And I said, I fit someone in the room, you know, and she said, that's mine. And then when I described outside and that, she said, that's mine. And that's in the house before I used to live in this one. And oh my God, thank God she's come back to say hello. And I'm like, okay, right. But it was, well, this little girl, blue tongue, pink tongue skink lizard girl, was a pet like her own child to her. Yeah. And used to sit on her and went everywhere with her like a parrot. Yeah. So obviously that's why it came. Yeah. But I don't. I've never had a lizard or a snake or a tarantula that's I've been that close to.
Yeah, I can stay there.
Yeah, I'm not Steve Irwin or any of those.
No.
Look what happened to Steve Irwin.
Yeah, bless them. Bless them. You know, they really. Yeah, well, they like animals better than people, and well, I don't want to lie. Sometimes I do too.
Me too. I think we're all in the same boat. We can always communicate. We always go turn to our animals, don't we? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because no dog has ever got cranky at me for coming home late or coming home in a bad mood or where have you been and who have you been talking to. None of that. They just jump all over you and happy to see you.
Yeah.
They're
I agree.
nicer than any sort of partner that might, or person that decides to try and rule your
It's true.
life.
It's true. I'd be happy to have my dogs. I'm not worried about, partners and that anymore. I'm happy just to have my animals. I
Yeah.
love them.
And
Yeah.
you
All right,
know,
well, we've got lots of questions popping up here for you, Maura, so we should say goodnight to Nicole. Thank you so much, Nicole, for coming on. We
Thank
really
you.
Nicole,
appreciate
where
your
are
time.
you? Whereabouts are you so I can
She's in
guide people to
Queensland.
you?
Yeah.
So am I.
We're both in Queensland.
Whereabouts in Queensland are you near?
But you would know Boona, out Boona way.
Yeah.
Out that way. Yeah, it's because we're
That's-
rural.
Yeah, Boona's not far from Canungra and all that
Ipswich.
way, Ipswich. You go through there to get to Warwick and out to Toowoomba, don't you?
Yes.
And there's another, I'm thinking of somewhere else. Bow Desert, not far from there.
Oh, that's about half an hour away.
That's
from
the
where
other
we
way,
are.
yeah. But you still, I know
Yeah.
where you mean. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I try and think of like a town that people would actually know. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you go and answer all your questions. We can talk
Okay,
all night.
thanks again, Nicole. That's been terrific. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye, night.
Okay, so we've got people lining up for you.
Have
They've been
we?
trying to ask questions to Nicole, and I keep having to say to people, no, you have to wait for Moira to come on. So how are you tonight? How are you tonight? How is the new moon tomorrow? What's happening
Well,
there?
as you know, we're still in the dark moon. If you go outside now, you won't see her. She's there, but she's dark because she's behind the sun.
Mhm.
And when she comes out in the next day or two, which probably be more like Wednesday night before you'll see the little crescent.
Yep.
She is actually going to be in the sidereal sign of Capricorn, along with the sun, and along with the sun's there at the moment. So is Saturn. And in the same sign, we've got Pluto, but he's at 1 degree, around that, whereas they're at about 18 degrees. And we've got Mars squaring them. So the new moon in Capricorn, Capricorn is about governments and it's about Saturnian things, but it's also about karma, and it's in a part of the sky in Vedic astrology. The little story of that section of the sky is called Shadabhishak, and Shadabhishak is all about hearing and about listening and about learning. So it might be a time, or this new moon might be a time where we find that, we've got to stop and listen to what people have to say. But not only that, it's our turn to say, hang on a minute, this is how it is in a situation. It could be at your work or in your own home or whatever. I'm just putting down some ground rules, some basic thing, right? Would you please listen to me? Because this has to be said, because Mercury's there as well, about communicating. Mercury tomorrow stations and then decides to go forward again because it's been in retrograde.
Oh, thank goodness for that. What a
but we do have yes, and we do have a bit of a shadow period with that as well, another corridor of a week or two. So it doesn't exactly change tomorrow, but it'll start to weaken the effects. And this thing, there'll be more things on governments talking and listening to each other, but do they ever agree? We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's what's going to go on with the Ukraine thing. There'll be more talks and more this and more that. And da, 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 da. I still don't like it. I don't like the feel of that. I don't know whether Russia's going to go in this week. I think it could be more when Mars comes to Saturn, which will be in March, April. Mars is anger and war and action. And he's going into Saturn's house, but not only that, when he goes into the house of Saturn, which is Capricorn, he is exalted there. So he's 10 times more powerful.
Okay.
It's like when the moon is in Cancer, that's her own home. And then there's other parts of the sky that different planets, like when Jupiter goes in Cancer, it's exalted. So everything expands more and is better and all the rest of it than when it's stuck in a Earth sign. right? Because they all get
Yeah,
exalted in all
yeah.
different places. So I'd say when Mars, which is March, April, and then we've got the nodes of the moon changing, and that I think there's some other things. But Mars is that horrible virus as well. I still believe there's another nasty one coming. I hate to say
The
it.
nasty virus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty
Okay.
variant. It could be a variant or something that they just didn't expect from it. Like this Omicron is a different one again, isn't it? But it hasn't been as bad, so
It's
they
very
say.
mild. It's very mild as
Yeah,
far as
so they
it's
say.
just like cold, you know. Some people have got runny nose, sore throat, and that's it. It's just like any flu, sort of, yeah.
But I just feel from what I know with the stars and what the planets represent, okay, this isn't psychically, but this is what the planets represent, that Mars is going to get 10 times more fierce and nasty. And that's that
Wow.
virus as well. So if he's with Saturn, it could be a big, it then explode into something really horrible, some flesh-eating thing or some other thing that we get from it that they didn't even know could happen.
Oh my
Get what
God.
I'm not
Are
saying
you
it's going to
saying
turn.
it's flesh eating, or you're just
No,
giving an example?
no. I tell you why.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Mars is the blood, and of course, viruses are in the blood. Mars is your bloodstream and your energy stuff, right?
Right.
It stops your energy, rah. Saturn is your teeth and your bones and your joints,
Okay.
right? But some astrologers or some chart of astrology will also say that Capricorn and Saturn rule the whole lot of your skin, right? Now, some astrologers say Venus is your skin on your face and Mercury is the skin on your chest and Jupiter is the skin on your backside. I don't know about that. I don't know how that quite fits. I don't quite get it. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit. So to me, okay, let's say we've got the Capricorn is skin and your aches and your joints, right? So maybe then something, this is only hindsight, what I think. I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I'm an astrologer. So if that's what these planets represent, obviously, if there's going to be a big fight, a big conjunction, because they're going to come together, right, in the house. So Mars is coming to Saturn's house, like I've come into your house and I'm telling you what to do, and I've brought with me all my anger and all my, and you go, hang on a minute, and then we have a big fight. You're going to try and kick me out of your house. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do you represent? You represent the bones, the skin, the teeth, and the hair, the skin. Mars.
Okay.
Eats away at things, is action, is burning. So you know how we have that meningococcal, and next time we get that, there's a red rash, and apparently once you get the rash, it's nearly too late, and it eats away at you or whatever.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Maybe there could be a variant that does something like that, or
okay, that would be nasty.
Or another thing, which it could be the rise of that Ebola again in Africa.
Okay.
Because
well,
that
let's
ate away at the skin.
that's not going to happen.
Let's pray it doesn't happen, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm going, okay, if that's what's happening in the sky and what goes on in the sky, then it reflects on the earth. Now, that doesn't mean that every single village and every single person on earth is going to get this thing.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Ebola and SARS and all that happened. And even here, I mean, as you know, my daughter had 2 vaccines and COVID. I'm not vaccinated. I live in the same house. I looked after her and I didn't get COVID at all. How does that happen? And there's someone else, like my auntie in Scotland, before they had a vax, died, and she couldn't even have a visitor. I had to hold her hand while she was dying of COVID.
Yeah, very sad. Yeah.
Only allowed 5 at the funeral. So it's like, it's all very questionable, but it exists. That's why people are so, well, do we need a vax? Well, we don't. Are we this? Are we that? Because nothing straightforward with it, is it?
No, it's nothing. And I don't believe half the stuff they're saying as well.
Yes, it's all very erratic. And that's why you would question it. Because in the day when back in the day when we all got a measles injection or whatever we got, or we got the polio syrup, right? We got that, and then we never got polio.
That's right.
But this, you get a vaccine, you still get the COVID. So this is where everyone's more confused as well. It's like, well, what are you injecting, and why did this person die, and why is this happening?
Yeah.
There's too many. When we all got the polio pink serum, I don't know whether you got the injection or the pink serum. I know my older
I
sister.
can't remember, but I
Yeah,
know
well, my
that,
older
you know,
sister got an
whatever
injection.
you got once. You didn't have to get multiple times.
No, we
And
got
this
it
is what
once,
I don't
but then we
understand.
didn't get. Then it eradicated it, didn't it? We
That's
did not.
of course. You
None
didn't
of
have
us
to get
got.
another one, then another one, then another one. That's why I don't believe any of it.
Yeah, that's right. And we
anyway,
didn't live knowing that even though we'd taken the little pink serum, or if you're a little bit older than me or
Yep.
whoever, or you had your injection, you didn't live knowing that you could still get it and it could still kill you. No, we were vaccinated, and that's it.
Yeah,
And you
that's
weren't going to
right.
get it, and you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
of course.
no safety or secure things. And this is where people are going to feel very insecure even still now, because
Yeah.
we've got Saturn, which is about our security and about our foundations of wherever we are, to do with our home, our lives, our own body, our bones, and our skeletal system is our foundations in a way, right?
Yep.
It's our joints and our legs and our bones that hold us together. If we don't have that, we've got a broken leg, we limp. If our foundation is, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Saturn, who rules that, behind the sun from our advantage here where we are on Earth, so we can't see him. And now the ancients say that he's in. They say that when this happens, and it does happen every year, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's only just happening this year. It happens every year about this time of the year because he's near the sun in Capricorn. So he is supposed to be doing counseling with the gods, and then he is looking at karma and discipline, and he will take, and people will be punished, and it'll come out. And it's to do with old people too. So a lot of old people can pass, or you hear of older people passing, especially older gentlemen, famous people as well.
Right.
But it's also about them getting their karma, or people getting their karma for their bad deeds. And then I go, well, hang on a minute. We've got Mars also in the early degrees of Sagittarius. Now, to Western astrologer, it's in a fire sign. It's fiery, whatever. And it'll probably expand because it's ruled by Jupiter.
Yep.
In Vedic astrology, that little part of the sky is called Mula, because Sagittarius is divided up into 3 parts. And that little story is about uprooting, getting to the bottom of things and seeing the truth. So while he's there for the next week or so, with all this other stuff going on, I'd say in our own lives, we're going to be seeing, even if it's only your neighbour or someone you work with, or something you really thought was truth, or really thought was real, or really thought they were genuine, will show their true colours, and you go, oh my God, they aren't, well, that isn't what I thought it was. Why? How did they pull the wool over my eyes? How did I not see this? That's what that does. So if anyone has had that happen in the last week or so, it could be your neighbour, it could be your child, it could be your husband, it could be.
Actually, I can relate. I can relate. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and you go, that come out of that blindsided me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Mars is quick energy as well, and it's dug deep.
Yeah.
And that part of the sky, Mula, it's about digging to the roots. It's about uprooting everything and replanting it. Going, I'm getting to the bottom to see what's the decay is and what the truth is. And when I get the real truth, I'm going to grow everything properly, and I'm going to be happy. I'm not having the decay and whatever's really going on underground. You know what I mean? That's the story of it. So it does, and every second person I speak to, I said, yeah. And even my sister was telling me about, there was a dog that someone was giving away on Gumtree, and the whole story and the whole text messages from this person is all very dodgy. And she said, I'm going to catch them out. That something's not right. It's as if they're telling lies. You can't just be, And I went, well, Mars is showing you the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, great. Should we
So
get on with some of these questions, Moira?
Yep. But would you like to share what you had, or is it too personal?
Yeah, no, I won't do it live.
No, that's fine. No, or something's not too personal that you can't. You don't. We're not here to empty our dirty laundry on the live.
And I really don't want to start dredging stuff up again, especially if they're watching.
Yep, no, that's
You
fine.
know?
But you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
oh yeah,
And,
oh for sure,
and
for
it's
sure.
like, really, you ask your friends or whoever's out there watching tonight, even, yeah, there would have been, or if it's not them personally, they would know of a situation because
Yep.
that's what the planets are doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. But
Mm.
that part of the sky where that new moon is really close to my Saturn, and that's where I have my mediumship. So with the new moon, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to take a new direction, or maybe there'll be something new that I create with my mediumship, or maybe I feel, I don't know. Let's wait and see.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Look, we've got, Viv Giles is asking if you could give her some insights into her future for 2022. We would prefer just a question if you've got a question, Viv, something relating, but do you pick anything up for her at all, Moira? Or
Yeah, I tell you why, Viv, and everybody that's watching.
it's too general, if you know what I mean. And
It
we're
is
not
very
doing
general,
full
and
readings, you know?
yeah, and not only that, I don't know whether people understand the psychic abilities. So normally when you sit on a one-on-one, or you hear the vibration of someone's voice, or you see their picture, we're actually tapping into their aura and to what's been going on, and our senses are tapping in. So it's like that. But when I'm just looking at a name and maybe a dodgy picture,
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Hang on, I've got Viv Giles. What's happening for 2022? It's really very broad.
It is. It's
It
very
would be
broad.
spot on.
You
It's
need to be
very,
more exact on what sort of questions that you want
yeah.
to,
But
ask. Yeah.
what I will do for Viv, I'll pull her one of Katie's cards, and maybe that'll make sense to her. And if it does, then we can continue on
Okay.
later on about that, because this is one of the card tonight is Pettigrain. It's number 40. And it says there's a decision to be made. Be sure to consider all your options and choose wisely. Okay. So I think that would make sense to you, Viv. You've got some decisions to be made in 2022, which we all have. But it says here, I only do things that in the easiest way and always make the right choices. The feeling I get from this card to do with you is that there's things that you have to decide on, especially around your work and about what you're doing with your life and about where you're living and who's living where. And you've got to be very careful about who you talk to and how you make those decisions. And you've got to start thinking of yourself, as in, are the people I'm working with or what's going on, is it for my highest good? If not, you've got to make a decision about trying to wean them out of your life nicely. Doesn't mean you have a big blow up and tell them all to go wherever. And the same as around your living situation as well. That's what I feel I get for you there, Viv. So if you can get back to us and let us know if that makes any sense.
And Viv,
That's what I feel for you.
If you want a full reading from Moira, you can contact Moira via our website, and you can, get a full reading, and you can ask those sort of questions. She'll be able to tune in properly for you.
Yeah, and I am available for half-hour readings as well, everyone. You don't have to have the hour and a half with the astrology chart. You can contact me and we can work something out of what you're looking for. You might have 3 questions or one question, so we'll work something out. You don't have to go and pay for the whole lot.
Moira's from the Celtic Moon, and the Celtic Moon, I should say, and also she can be contacted via the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory website as well.
Yeah.
So we've got Jennifer Rundle also asking something similar. I would love a card reading or advice, please. Is there anything in particular you want advice on, Jennifer, or maybe see what Moira can pull out?
Well, I've got lemon or lime, and it's card number 26 in the KDK Essential Oil cards. And it says, hurry up, stop procrastinating, focus on what you desire, and it's the right time now. And the affirmation for you for this card and for yourself says, I am motivated to achieve all my goals in a timely manner. Okay, I would say that you've got decisions to make as well, but you've been procrastinating about some things. I even think you've been procrastinating about what color you're going to do, what you're going to do with your hair for some reason. Okay, now I know that might sound bizarre, but it might make sense to you. Some people do procrastinate. I've got a sister that took 3 years to decide what handbag she wanted. And that's the truth. We're the total opposites. And I'm like, what? See it and buy it. No, it has to be this, has to be that. I have to feel this, I have to feel that. Has to be then, and I'm like, what are you, some snob? Because she's no snob at all. And she
Yeah.
found a beautiful one, a suede one, eventually for $8 in Venice. And I said, oh, for 3 birthdays, I said, here's a voucher. Go get something in the sales in January, because the birthday's in January. There's always sales. So go get something from Myer or David Jones or one of the big bag shops. The sales are on. Get something good. 3 birthdays later, look what I found for myself. And look at the hardware. And went, oh, yeah. Where'd you get that? Vinnie's. So we're all so individual.
Yeah, of course.
And some people do procrastinate about what colour they're going to be, their hair, or what they're going to do, and all the rest. I just put mine up.
Yeah.
I'm a scruff. And the more I think about ever cutting it again, I say to myself, every time you do, I do regret it, because it doesn't look the same in a short haircut to what it does as in up in a bun.
Yeah, it looks different when you got up in a bun, for sure.
Yeah, but think of it, you think, oh, well, if you've always got it up, you may as well have it short. Well, no, it doesn't. Not me. I've got a big face. So.
Okay, so the next question is from Dale.
Hi, Dale.
I'm a Libran ascendant with a Taurus moon. What's in store for me with the planets the way they are?
Wow. Okay, well, that makes sense. I can probably answer that, because the Taurus moon, I would say, well, Taurus trines Capricorn that we've just been talking about. Okay, and seeing that you've got a Libran ascendant, your moon would be in Taurus in the 8th house of the occult, and higher other worlds, deceit, lies, scandals. I'm not saying that you're going to end up in a scandal, but I'd say with what's going on, you will see through some people that you thought were who they weren't, and you might even use your own occult or own psychic or own abilities will show you. It's like you just get this knowing, and you know something's not right. And next thing, someone says, hey, did you know such and such and such and such? And you go, I knew that. I knew it. I had that gut feeling about it. Okay, so that's what could happen there. And then, as I say, you've got that trining it. So we've gone from 11th house, from 8th, and then go with 9th, 10th, 11th. The 11th house is where hang on, Libra. No, we're going the other way. We've got Taurus there, and then we've got Libra over there. So we've got Scorpio, Sag. I'm just trying to work it out. I'm going to have to get a pen. Dale, could you tell me, or have you got a chart handy nearby, and tell me what house all that Capricorn energy is? Because the Libran ascendant, that moon, I'd say those things are going on. But also it's about your hopes and dreams, if it's to do with that. So I feel as if the Saturn's held you back. There's some things you've hoped or things you've wanted to do, and you've had to put them on the back burner. And so with the energy moving, and of course Jupiter moving as well, there's going to be opportunities this year where maybe there's some study or things that you've been trying to put together that you've had to put on hold that will finally come to fruition. And it's through occult mysticism and healings and all this sort of thing as well, the 8th house. So maybe there's another course you want to do, or maybe there's another spread of cards you want to do, or maybe you're going to get a business going of some sort because of that. And now there'll be more opportunities this year and going into next year. And this new moon will trigger off your thoughts of getting it going or whatever you want to do. And it'd be more positive because it's trining. It's going from earth sign to earth sign, and then Mars will come along in another month or two and go bing and give you more energy to get it out there, whatever it is. Could you please let us know if that makes any sense to you?
There's nothing so far. I've just scrolled down. I can't see anything so far, but if you could let us know later. Okay, so we'll push on. Jennifer, I am Jennifer Cowan. I would love some advice or card reading, please, and thank you. She's given her birth date, the 13th of the 9th, 1960, just in case that helps. What did you want advice on in particular, Jennifer? Or She said she wants some advice, but she didn't. Oh, hang on. What is this one? Oh, okay. Here it is. Here. My question is, I have problems getting motivated. I just want to sleep. I'm really happy. I live my family and friends. I have been through a lot. I want to get stuff done. My house looks like a hoarder. How can I get my shit together, please?
Okay, I feel there's an underlying health issue here. That's what I'm feeling. That's what automatically comes to me, right? That's what it sounds to me, right? But let's psychically or whatever, even if you don't have to be psychic to get that one. But let's pull some of Katie's cards for the highest good for Jennifer. And I'll pull 3 or 4 cards and I'll see what we're getting on that story for you about what's the problem and how can we fix this problem, or what have we got to do to fix it or help it not be so stagnant, because I feel as if you feel very stagnant. Okay. I feel as if you feel safe and secure. You've got good family, good friends, and all the rest of it. You're safe and secure in your own way. All right. So you're not in any danger. And there are children around you, or childlike things around you, or maybe you've collected a lot of stuff, or you still got a lot of stuff from your childhood as well. You do have this next card for now, which is, I always say, that's the beautiful color of the chakras, but not only that, it's the spirit world and angels and your guides around you. So I'd say you've been asking for help, whether you are aware of who your spirit guides are or your family or friends in the spirit world. I feel as you've got, please help me. How do I get out of this deep bit of poo that I feel I've put myself in? Because that's how I feel. You are. So I feel you're blessed, and I feel as if there's going to be some changes around you. And here we go. There's the stagnation card comes up now. So even coming up in the next couple of months, you're going to still feel a bit stagnant, as if you take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 10 steps forward, 9 steps back. You know what I mean? That's how it is. You've got to have some more faith in yourself as well. And I feel as if at times you do lack confidence about you and your abilities and about what you're about. I think you're good at praising everybody else, helping everybody else, and keeping everyone else together and being that good person that you are. But I feel as if there's a lack for that you have that own fear of your own, or you're going to make a mistake, or a fear of, could you do this? Whereas you're quick to tell everyone else that they're fine, they can do it, and you're praising them and all the rest of it. And then it comes to you and you don't take your own medicine. Get what I mean? So this card next is about you taking off and taking flight. I feel let's get out of this month into the next couple of months, and you really start to look at yourself and write a list and do things bit by bit. There's things that you've started. They say the book's open and it's not finished. So there's things you've been learning that you haven't finished, and there's things that you've started as far as getting your life together and you haven't finished it, right? I feel as if there's a fatigue around you as well. Have you looked at medical medium? I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe, but his stuff is amazing, and his stuff is what got me out of bed. If I wasn't on his celery juice and doing his lemon water and doing this and doing that, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight talking. I would be back in bed. So have a think about, have you got any underlying viruses? Have you had Epstein-Barr virus or glandular fever? Have you had something else that you thought is gone and it's not, because they lay dormant in your body forever, right? So you could have a bit of a sluggish liver, which you can easily fix with a bit of lemon water in the morning and the proper juices and the proper food, get it all going, get the mechanics going. You're going to get more motivated. Your body's going to feel more motivated. So's your mind. So you'll get your life back into gear. Okay. Yeah. And I feel as if that there really is a health issue that's holding you back. You know, it might just be minor. You know, it doesn't have to be blood cancer or anything like that that's going to kill you. But you still can have other things that are debilitating forever, where everyone else is running marathons and doing this and doing that, and you just don't have the energy, or you just can't be bothered. And you can't be bothered because you've got brain fog because your body's not working right. So I hope that helps. And if you need any more help on that, please go to my page, or I'm going to put some medical medium stuff up. Actually, I was thinking
Yeah.
of
So
he's got a latest
Moira's on
video.
the Celtic Moon on
Yeah, just look me
Facebook
up on Celtic Moon, Moira Hunter.
or via the
ancient
Psychic
astrology.
Soul Guidance Directory.
Yep. Yeah, and have a think about the medical medium. Now, I'm a medium. I knew about him years ago. I tried the celery juice. I gagged. I gave it up. I should have kept with it, and I wouldn't have ever been as sick as what I've been. Anyway, my decision, my choice, as we do, or free will, and now I know that if I do or half stick to it, I've got a bit of energy, and I can learn and share. If not, it's my fault. I can't. There's nothing else that can fix me. And I've paid out thousands to naturopaths, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic, the whole lot. I was even looking at having a poo transplant. So, to get well.
Oh.
And this is what's helped me, and it's free, and celery doesn't cost much. So
exactly.
what I'm suggesting is maybe that could help you. Or look on he's helped so many millions of people that would not be out of bed or would not be motivated or going places if they hadn't changed their diet and changed what's going on and got their liver going and got everything else working.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's good advice. Yeah,
well, I'm not a doctor, and we can't, even as a psychic or medium, if we feel yes, you need a doctor, and look, maybe go and get some bloods done to see if you have got any underlying thing, because this is what I worry about with the COVID, the long COVID, which could be like the chronic fatigue that I've had, and other
I was
people
going to say chronic fatigue syndrome. It could be that. Yeah,
which is all from viruses.
Yeah.
Mainly does come from viruses that we've had along the way, and sometimes we've been treated with so many antibiotics our body can't take it anymore, so it shuts down and it goes, I'm tired.
Exactly.
It says, I'm tired, I've got to use my energy to replace my cells inside, so I've got no other energy to give you to get moving. I'll just do the work inside, but you can't do anything else. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, so Viv, that we spoke to a while ago, she asked for some insight in 2022.
I think we gave her a card, did we?
We did, and she said, yes, I think it's my relationship. And she's got here, I feel I need time, but I'm scared he will move on, and we have been together for 19 years, and I do love him, but I feel I need to find myself again. Do you remember what you said to her? Because I'm a little, I'm not quite sure.
No, we had the card of lime and lemon for someone. I can't remember the other one.
Sorry, but so that by the time we get to the questions, we've sort of forgotten what. Anyway, we'll go back to Jennifer.
I'm just going to pull a card for Viv. The time is right now for you to find yourself, love. And I feel as if maybe you should find yourself and start making yourself happy inside. Because once we're happy within ourselves, we can make everyone else happy. But while we're out there making everybody else happy and having the burnt toast syndrome, always eating the burnt toast, eating another piece of burnt toast, we get sick of burnt toast, and then we've got nothing for us, and we've got no energy left for us, and we're not happy. So then when we're not happy, we project that onto everybody else. So maybe the time is right now for you to start have a look at how you can fix yourself. And you know what is good? That you actually acknowledge that. Some people don't. They live in denial and blame everybody else. You haven't. You know within yourself it's time for you to find yourself again, which is great. And once you do that, you won't know yourself. You'll be a better person for everybody. Okay.
Okay, so back to Jennifer again. I do lack confidence. Yes, have started, not finished. Yes, very fatigued. Yes, had glandular fever. Just tired, but so very happy. Can't get motivated. Yes, no energy. Oh, you poor thing, Jennifer.
Well, love, I've got the answer for you. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Have a look at medical medium. He's just on another live today. He does them all the time. You don't have to buy his books or buy anything because it costs you nothing. He's free on YouTube. He does have videos that he's done all about Epstein-Barr virus, which is glandular fever, and how it stays in your body, and how it makes you tired, and how he calls it mattress world, or you've lived in you get to the stage where you're so tired that you've got concrete legs. I know the one. I've been there, darling. There's no real cure, but this can really help and give you more quality of life. So please think about it. And to juice celery and have a glass of squeezed lemon water in the morning. Really, if you get in a routine or even prep it before, and just tell yourself, that's my medicine. And I say that even when we're not supposed to really have coffee because it drains your adrenals, and your adrenals is your energy, right? But no, Moira still has her coffee. Okay. But when I have that lemon, and then I do have the celery juice, and if you can't have 32 ounces, have a cup. And I freeze it. I get it to nearly like icicles. I put it in the freezer for about an hour or so. Otherwise I gag because I can't just have it. And he explains about these salts and sodium and stuff that's in the celery, in the juice of it, and how it kills the pathogens and brings you back to life. And it makes sense.
Wow. Well, why wouldn't you try that? Why wouldn't you try that? It's cheap. It's easy. All you got to do is just get yourself a juicer. Of it.
And if you're near an Aldi have got celery. I know my Aldi's $3.50. Coles and Woolies are price gouging, and they're selling it at $5.50 a bunch. I can't understand it. Within 2 kilometres of each other. But no, Coles and Woolies again decide to try and rip people off. Sorry, that's my
Jennifer says
rant.
Thank you. She didn't know about him and that he lives like celery and juices, I didn't know about him or that he lives
does lives.
Like celery juice. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, he had lives. Yeah. What I'll do, Jennifer, if you can't, I'm gonna find the one on the Epstein-Barr. It's on the YouTube. He's got thousands of them, and I will put it on the Celtic Moon page in case you don't find it, or anybody else that wants to ever watch him. I don't get any. I'm not saying I want commission for selling his books. I don't want. If you can't buy his books, he says the same thing. Go to the library or borrow it off someone or look it up, or you can get it on audio. Cheaper as well if you wanted, but if once you watch what he says about the Epstein-Barr, it goes on for about an hour and a half, and then he tells you about what does what and how it fixes you. You just go, my God, that's my life.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where has this man been? Why are the doctors so dumb? I've tried this, I've tried that, I've done this, I've done that. How many years have I been on Mattress Island? You know. In and out of bed, or just pulled myself out of bed, made mum a cup of tea, made sure I was all right, did a load of washing and back in bed for the day. And then that's how my life was. And I, having that heart operation that I did made it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
The chronic fatigue, because it just buggered the immune system, and they're taking all the blood and all the rest of it, and da-da-da-da-da. I didn't even know. If I would have known to come out of hospital and start on I would have been a different person years ago. But anyway, that doesn't matter. That's right.
Well, Anne-Marie is saying she likes celery and dip. And Leanne says celery, carrot and orange or pineapple juice is yum.
Yes, it is. But he does explain, especially for anyone with Epstein-Barr or viruses, right, and the lethargy, what the celery does on its own and how it gets in there and kills those pathogens, that gets rid of them, gets rid of that crap, and gets that energy back working again in your body, so you don't have the brain for it, and you can actually, hey, I'm okay, I can walk to the car and go to the shops and come back without going, I'm just so exhausted, I'm going back to bed, or I'm just sitting on the lounge for the rest of the day. And there's thousands of people in the same boat.
Yeah, well, I'm going out tomorrow and getting some celery juice now, Moira, for sure.
Oh, look. And I'm living proof of it. And then not only that, is when I don't do it, oh my God, I really do suffer. Yeah. I really go back into that slump.
Oh, we'll keep it up. Okay, so next we have Love Angie. Hey there, can I please get a card on what I need to know this year? Thank you. A little bit vague. Angie. Was there?
That's okay.
Angie, but
we'll get her an essential oil card. Yep. Yeah, we'll get her an essential oil card, because that might give us an idea of what part of her life or how she's feeling or what's going on.
Okay,
So
sure.
for the highest good of Angie, we're going to have one of these cards. And the card we've got is Blue Tansy. Okay, now I don't know a lot about essential oils. I'll be the first person to tell you that. I don't have my own boxes of essential oils. I've got no idea. But these cards my friend made, and they're amazing. And the Blue Tansy in this card deck is number 6. And it says, a positive change to your work or life situation is possible and achievable if you work hard. Okay. So look out for opportunities to impress. And the affirmation for you, it says, I work hard and receive rewards for my efforts at all times. And the card with the Blue Tansy, the other words for the Blue Tansy are achievement, creativity, and productivity. So I'd say that there's going to be some bigger achievements, and this year's going to be a more productive year for you. That's what that says. Okay. And I feel you've got to look for the opportunities. Don't just sit back, look outside the square, get on the net, start networking or asking about or getting it out there. Hey, this is what I want to do, or this is what I'm looking for. Where is it? You know what I mean? Don't just sit and think, oh, someone's going to knock at my door or it'll come, whatever. No, you might have to be proactive in finding it, and then it's there, and then your whole life changes. I hope that's of some help to you, love, Angie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, and next we have Shruti. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hello, can I have a mini read? But I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a little bit vague, a little bit generalised, but maybe you could draw a card for her as well. I'm not sure how you say her name. Shruti. Shruti, is it? Shruti? Yeah.
It does sound Indian or Sri Lankan or I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. It does sound a bit and look a bit of that spelling. But anyway, let's see. For the highest good, and we'll pull a couple of cards for Shruti.
Okay, we've said it correctly. She said, but she's from India, and we've said it correctly. Thank you.
Okay. We've got the health card around you. We've also got about you being, you've also got to make peace with yourself about a few things. So I feel as if you beat yourself up a bit about how you haven't had time for this, or you haven't been able to do this for this one, and it's all inside. I don't feel you verbalize it. I feel it's something that you do within your unconsciousness. And, you know, that's not good for your health, okay? There are some new beginnings and some great new things coming this year for you, all right? And I do feel that's all around your money and around business. Could you let us know, are you involved in a business, or your husband involved, or you're involved in some sort of business? Because I feel it's all going to take off. It's all going to get moving. And it's as if there's something new about it. So you could have a business already and then you open another business, or you could have a business already, then put it online and then you sell more. I just feel there's something new that you're going to introduce to the business and around your finances that you'll do, and it's going to be very successful. There are some choices, and I do feel, I want to say to you, I feel as if you're going to be going overseas. Okay, there are people around you at the moment that are making you cranky. Okay, you've got to make some decisions of, are you going to cop their crap anymore? Or are you going to stand your ground nicely? You don't have to fight and argue, and just get what you're worthy of, instead of being that doormat. Because I feel as if there is some anger and some other negative people around you that really do get on your nerves. And you can say to it nicely, even if they're elders of the family or of anyone's family, whatever, you can say it nicely to them that
she's got Nopes, having wacky career, codependent on others.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone around you's got a business. Could you let me know if you're codependent on others, have you got someone that helps you out that's got a business? Okay. At all?
Nothing coming through.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
But just
this is
quickly,
where it gets, This
Yeah,
is where
sorry,
it
go
gets
on.
difficult. This is where it does get difficult on a live. We've got a picture of some flowers and a name that might not even be the real name, and we're hoping that we get the right for the right person. And there's 7.5.
Oh, she's got
Emily?
parents, so they must be the ones that have the business.
Okay, well, maybe there's some new things around that's coming up that'll be good. And look, maybe you should start thinking about what you can do, as in hatching an egg or something new for you that you've had on the back burner as well. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Jennifer Rundle is saying thank you so much. Now, her page, she's asking what's her page. It's the Celtic Moon on Facebook, and she can always be also be contacted via the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory. Jennifer, if you want to get a more in-depth reading. Love Angie has said thank you so much as well. Now, Princess Nye.
Yeah,
Hello,
we read the
greetings
Princess
both.
Nye last
does
week.
AN feel about me?
Princess Nye, you're going to have to wait until we've got the lovely Anne-Marie again. I tell you why. I do psychic readings and love readings, right? I think you asked the same thing last week, and we asked Anne-Marie. I am not, honestly, I am the worst person you could ask for relationship guidance or about love life. I don't have one. The love lives I've had have been disasters and debacles, honestly, really. Okay, that's me. Now, I've had people say, oh, but you're this and you're that and what, and no. Me and a full-on relationship does not happen, and it doesn't work. And I've learned that through astrology as well. I'm best to be doing this, sharing what I know, and just to be me. And it's okay. You don't have to have this partner or someone in bed with you all the time. Wow.
Yeah.
Great, because I don't need that. And I am better as a free spirit being me and helping people or sharing what I've got than being in a relationship. That's just not part of my karma. It's just not part of this lifetime, I don't think. So maybe
she said,
you could wait.
Bless. Can she have a mini read then, please?
Yeah, because look, I'd love to say this man's in love with you, blah, 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 but that could be a total lie. I'm not going to just say anything, and I'm not an expert on love life. But we've got somebody here at the moment. Her name's Sue.
Oh, okay.
And she's an expert of the tarot.
I don't know about an expert on the tarot.
Well, I've heard really good things about that with you. And look, I know the tarot. That were the first cards I ever learned.
Yeah.
I'm okay about the tarot. I love these other cards I use, the Modern Oracle, but you know, that's my choice. And there's some people that can really answer and pull those tarot and go, it says this, and that's the cards that's been pulled for you, and that's the situation, and it's spot on, even whether you want to hear it or not. Okay, I'd like to say, I hope he's in love with you. You're going to have fairy tale happy ending, and you're both going to sail off into the sunset. Right? That's what people want to hear. Unfortunately, I can't just say that to you. I'm not going to say it to you because I don't feel that. But I'm not going to say I don't feel either thing, because when it comes, as I said, comes to people's love lives, I really don't want to know about it unless I can really have a good look in their chart and see what's going on with the planets. But how about we ask the lovely Sue to ask her tarot and see what cards she pulls, because it's so good to get other people's opinions. It's nice to get someone else's opinion. It's nice to get, other readers' opinions. I can tell you this tonight. You can go on another free live later on tomorrow and tonight, and then put everything you get put together as one big reading, because we can't tell you everything in one go. No one can. So, and sometimes it is that you to connect with somebody else. I really appreciate you asking, and I really thank you for your support. But maybe when Anne-Marie or Sue are on, you ask them about the love life, not me.
Fair enough. She says she says she totally understands.
I wish I could get the magic wand and go bibbity bobbity boo, and everyone's love life's fine, and everyone's life is fine, and everyone's got enough for everything, and everyone's health is fine, and everyone's happy. But that's not possible, and it's not realistic, and it's not life, is it? It'd be nice if it was, but
I always say to people, Moira, I always say to people more, you usually know the answer to that anyway. You know in your heart if somebody's into you or not as well. But I did quickly pull a card for you, and it's the nine of swords, which means this is something that's really worrying you. This is something that's really on your mind constantly. Um, you obviously feel you feel very strongly for him, and you're so worried that he's not feeling, or she. I'm not sure who AN is, how they feel about you. So I can't really do a proper full on reading, but I am picking up that there's a lot of stress involved around this that you're not feeling. You're not. I don't think you're feeling confident about this at all yourself, and you're having
Well,
to ask.
now that you've got that, we can now go on because you've started the spark, or you've started the reading, right?
Yeah.
So we've already seen we've got that Nine of Swords, and to me, you're sleepless about it, or it's a worry, or wow, it's not good. And the swords, as you know, Sue will tell you, the swords are your thinking,
and they're your lesson cards as well. You know, they're lessons, and they're,
so you're constantly thinking and thinking and thinking.
If you're so worried about this, and you have to keep asking people, I think you must know the answer yourself as well. You know. But go on. Sorry, Maureen. Go on.
No, what it shows here that all you want is the comfort and stability of a family, and you want someone to hold your hand and be the right person for you. I get that. I really do get that. And who doesn't? I think you need some time out to think about it. I feel maybe what you should do is trust in yourself and ask. Look, you might be from another culture, by the way you have your name, right? You might not be as upfront, and I've come from Scottish blood, and where my family, especially my mother's family, all upfront. They said it how it was. You know, you like me or you don't. Are you lying to me or you're not, or whatever. But some cultures you don't say to anyone, you love me or not, you know. But maybe you're going to have to. Maybe that'd be the only way, because so you know yourself, then you get an answer straight from that person. Okay, because I feel as if there needs some improvement to be done around that situation and that person. It's not quite right. And maybe just text him, and if they leave you on red, like my daughter's people leave them on red, or if they ghost you, hey, you don't want someone that's like that anyway. They're not for you. Now I sound like some old buzzard telling people how to have their love life. I don't want to be negative about it, but sometimes we have to just say, hey, are you into me or not? Are we going together or not? You know, are you my cup of tea or not?
Maura, not everybody's like you.
No. Actually, I was telling my daughter and my sister today. I said, yeah, I remember once a mother-in-law of mine, potential mother-in-law, you know what I mean? We just had no love lost between it, right? And I just said to her, hey, I'm not your cup of tea, and you're not my cup of tea. Well, do you know, she didn't like that. And I went, hang on a minute, people don't like the truth, do they? I said, really? You're nothing but a drunken old alcoholic. I said, I'm sorry, I don't do happy hour every day. You do it. I said, but we're just not each other's cup of tea. Well, that caused a big problem, right? And I'm like, hang on a minute, but I spoke my truth.
Yeah.
And maybe I was a bit harsh. You're not my cup of tea, but I'd had enough. I didn't want to pretend, oh, you're the wonderful mother-in-law. No, I don't like you. You don't like me. I knew from the day she met me, she didn't like me.
Yeah. Here's something she's saying. This situation does stress me out, especially because it started out so well, and then suddenly I felt her got scared. I felt she got scared. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where
he got scared. He got scared.
Well, that's where there's got to be some communication and say, hey, do you really like me? Are you scared? What's holding you back, or what do you want? Are we here for booty calls? Without being rude, you know what I mean? No, are we friends with benefits, or are we a thing, or is there a future? You know, and you've got to get that answer. Look, I mean, you might think, oh, look, that woman, she's so brash and Scottish and horrible, and that's just the way I am. And that's, I think, When you know, and they're sharing things and doing things with you and ringing to see if you got home okay, taking you out and just being that normal person, you don't have to question it. But when you start to question, is he or do they like me? That means you know within yourself something's not quite right. Or are you seeing through their lies or what? But I think it's okay to say to someone, well, where are we at? Am I your booty call or I'm not into booty calls, so I want something a bit more, but I don't want you clinging to me and joined at the hip.
Exactly.
Some people do love to be joined at the hip. Bless them.
Yeah.
I say good on you, but not me.
No, I'm not really a joint at the hip type person myself.
No. I can love someone and give to them and all the rest of it, but I don't want to be joined at the hip. No. I've got enough.
Now, just before we go on, Jennifer is asking, she said she can't find your Celtic Moon page. Just go to www.psychicsoulguidancedirectory.com, Jennifer, and find Moira on the readers page, and then click on her photo and it'll take you to Facebook and all that sort of stuff. If you can do that.
It should be the Celtic Moon, Moira Hunter. It should say ancient astrologer, psychic medium.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I had trouble trying to find your page at first. But yeah, if you go to our Facebook, our website, and it'll take you through to Moira. Yeah.
Yeah, I now made it public because I was told that it's easier if it's a public page, because it's not a personal page. Well, it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? I don't have to keep it personal, as in it's not. I'm not hiding anything and only letting my friends know whatever. I share stuff on it, so for the whole world to see if they want to see it.
Anne Marie's got a question. Can I ask, is there any messages from my parents, please, Moira?
Oh wow. Okay, Anne Marie. Let me see if I can manifest blend. See, it's a dark moon. It's not good for the girl. No, it is. The dark moon, apparently, to the ancients would go to the temple and meditate and pray, and it was a time of getting things ready for the new harvest or the new things, So anyway, that's what they did in Babylonian times. I just feel as if you're stuck. You feel a bit stuck, but not. It's like I'm stuck, but I'm happy being stuck. That's the feeling that I get. But I'm trying to get that psychically. I'm picking that up on it. It's not coming from anyone in the spirit world. I'm not going to say that's mum or dad saying that. That's the feeling that I'm getting around you as I try to blend with you and get something for you, Anne Marie. But I feel there's more than mum and dad in the spirit world that means a lot to you for some reason. I know, you may want to hear from them, but they want to come as a clan sort of thing. I don't think they're Scottish, but I feel as if they come more as a lot of people than just mum and dad. And I feel there's aunties, uncles, and others that they're all together with. And for some reason, I've got a gentleman that shows me a dartboard and someone playing darts. Okay, then I'm being showed a card table and people playing cards. All right. So I feel as if I think there's something cryptic about that. I think that they're showing me, or the message I'm getting from that is maybe you start showing the cards, do more with your cards, whatever cards you've got. Put your cards, pull the cards, play your cards right, put them out there, do what you feel you've got to do, because I feel as if you're holding back a bit in your own way. And I feel maybe you don't even consciously tell people that you're holding yourself back, and you say, I'm happy as I am, whatever. But I feel as if maybe there is something, a little fear, a fear of, do I want to be bothered? Do I want to go through this again? Do I want to be shut down again? Because for some reason, I get a feeling psychically as if you're a bit scared of brick walls. And that's quite, I get it. Why go out and mix with the village people and all the village idiots and you get hit a brick wall when you can sit at the side of the village and just observe and be happy the way you are. But sometimes we need to do a little bit more. So I think there's more you're going to do with cards and what this year, more progressing with the occult and the spirit world and all this sort of stuff. And I feel even by the time we get to Mother's Day, for some reason, they're showing me Mother's Day would mean something to you. Or May, there'd be May birthdays that would, May or passings in May. I feel it's not just Mother's Day, but around Mother's Day you would understand that you look back and go, wow, I'm glad I started that. I'm glad I went that way with the occult sciences or my mediumship or whatever, because I feel there's bigger and better things out there for you, okay? And I see you doing things a little bit more publicly. So whether you actually start reading publicly or even on Zoom or doing more readings on the lives, something more. I feel as it's going to be more depth, but also more that you're doing as well. And I get also a very foreign people going back in your family. Would you understand Yugoslavian or Romanian or Czechoslovakian or someone from behind the Iron Curtain somewhere, or someone in the spirit world that you knew in this lifetime that had come from that part of the world and had come here? Because I feel there's someone from the Iron Curtain that you would understand is in the spirit world connecting with you. So could you let us know if that makes any sense? And I'm sorry, I haven't quite got Mum and Dad. I'm not going to make it up. As you know, I don't do those things. I just say what I'm getting, and psychically that's what I'm getting.
Anne-Marie's got, that's true, need to use them more.
Maybe her
What she got
cards.
here.
They were showing me cards.
Lol, yes, need more confidence.
Yeah, yeah, and that's so easy for everyone to say, get your confidence or do this or that.
Yeah.
We can't. We've got to. If you would have said to me 12 months ago, I'll be doing these on these lives, I go, oh no, I don't have the confidence for that. And I did take the bull by the horn when I got a call last year about going on someone's other feed, and I went, more, it's now or never.
Yeah.
But as a teenager and a child, I loved all this and whatever. But other than that, I wanted to be a DJ like Miss Midnight, but I didn't have the voice. But I also didn't have the confidence.
Yeah.
To go and learn or go where you should have gone in radio. I lacked the confidence. I can be upfront about a lot of things, but then sometimes when it comes to the confidence about really doing what you should be doing or something that you really love, we lack the confidence. We can be straight up about, hey, don't BS me, don't do this, no, put you in your place.
I think we can all relate to that, Moira, for sure.
Yeah.
And you lose confidence. You have you only need one person to say one thing to you sometimes, and that's it. All your confidence is gone. You got to build yourself back up again. Yeah. So,
definitely.
Yeah,
and when you meet narcissistic people and they make you feel that way,
that's what I mean.
Which we all have, which a lot of us have. You do, and people say, but you say this and you say that and you're so talented. And I go, no, I don't see that.
Yeah,
I see that I've learnt for a long time. This is over 40 years of not only practice but different courses I've done and life's experiences that I am where I am, and the same as with my astrology. But I don't see it as any more special than anybody else. But I do say, I think it's good if someone goes deeper or tries to get deeper with what they're trying to get psychically. Okay, I can see changes around you, but where? Right? Everyone's got changes happening. Life changes. The sun comes up and goes down every day. There's always changes. But let's hone in on where and get to the dig deep. Yeah, exactly. And I've actually got my moon in that part of the sky of Mula that I was talking about before. And it's about uprooting and getting to the bottom of things. And if something smells, if I smell a rat, I'll get to the bottom of it. And I will prove them to be, or it to be, whatever it is. Now, other people can't be bothered. They go, why would you bother? Just walk away. Oh, no, not me. I've got to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But if it's something that doesn't interest me, I wouldn't bother either. But some things in life, I have to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I hope that helps, Anne Marie. Next one we've got is Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer Cowan again. Yep. Her parents passed away. Dad on the 30th of 12th, 19. Month on the 31st of 7/20. I've lost 17 people, family and friends, all in 18 months. So very sad to hear that, Jennifer. Also, a very close friend in January 2020, suicide. It has taken me a lot out of me. I was overwhelmingly sad. Getting better now and studying hypnotherapy and NLP. Am I heading in the right direction?
Definitely. But Jennifer, let's you know, that's a lot of people
Yes, it
in a
is a lot,
short
isn't it? Very
in a
sad.
short period of time. In fact, I've got a
Mm.
friend, a very good friend of mine that I went to school with, and she didn't quite have that many, but it was something like 7 deaths last year alone. And it's really taken its toll on her.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how spiritual you are or what you believe about the spirit world or that we never die or the soul, whatever. It doesn't matter. We still grieve. We're still human. We have emotions and we grieve. All right. So let's pull some cards. I feel very good about that. I feel as if through all that heartache and pain, you're going to help a lot of people that have lost family as well and friends as well, you know. I want to say to you, have you ever thought of, with the hypnotherapy, then combining that and looking at past lives for people? Because I find that very fascinating. I'm not a hypnotherapist, but I've read a lot about past lives. I can do it through astrology. There's different charts and different ways we can look into what lineage you come from and what you did in past lives and why things are happening now, which is a totally different way than when you get hypnotized. But I have looked at some things to do with that. And to be a very good past life therapist, you have to take them through, you have to be a good hypnotherapist, right? Which makes sense because you've got to take them back and take them to that point. How about you think about that? Because that is just something that you could really, what's so hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hard that
Like,
she's lost all those people. And
definitely,
what she got
definitely.
here.
But
I want to help people, not sure how. Okay.
okay, well, maybe that, or have you looked into psychic mediumship or what gifts you've got as far as that field goes? And you could combine a whole heap of things. But I do know that if you do hypnotherapy, then you can go on, and it doesn't cost much, and then you can do a course in past lives, and it won't take long once you're a hypnotherapist. But you do need the hypnotherapy to be able to pass the test. And how helpful is that? Because that really does help people
Exactly.
in its own way, especially when it's very real and you know what you're doing and you're not just saying, oh, listen, you just jumped off the building the last life and you were burnt in a fire. No, people don't want to hear that. They want to be taken through and actually see and feel where and what they feel they've experienced before as well. You know, I'm not convinced by someone saying, "Oh, yeah, you were a gypsy." Really, I love gypsies. Maybe I was, but where's the proof? What was her name? Where did she live? Was she in Romania? Was she, you know, or was she like what's her name in Baghdad? I Dream a Genie and live in a bottle. Like what? Who was she? Where did she live? Tell me all about, and I'll search her out because maybe that or him.
Yeah.
I want proof. You know, I'm not this. Look, everyone's to their own, but I want a little bit more proof or something that makes sense to me. That don't just say, you know, you red Indian or you know whatever. Look, I could have been a fishmonger in Ireland, in Dublin, and with a big foul mouth. That'd be more like it. Do you know? I like the reality of it all. You know, I don't want to be some princess, whoever, or I'm no princess. I don't have princess qualities, you know, and I'm not regal or no, not at all.
Oops.
Not at all.
Okay, so
but who's to say I wasn't in a past life, but I just don't know.
Sandra Hudson, can I please have a message from my dad?
Okay, Sandra, let's see if we can get some information of a gentleman in the spirit world, and hopefully it is your dad. This is where it does get tricky. It's mediumship on demand. But anyway, we'll have a go. Sandra, you could please get back to us and let me know. I'm asking Sandra Hudson if your dad, I don't feel Dad's name was Hudson for some reason. I feel that's another name. I've got him coming as something else. Could you let us know, yes or no? I mean, you could be married or he's got a different name. He's not a Hudson. That's for sure. Whoever this gentleman I've got, it's not a Hudson. And I got someone that went very quickly. Bang, gone. Very quick. And no one got to say goodbye to him. That's the feeling I get. Could you please let me know if that makes any sense to you? A gentleman in the spirit world, and I feel early 70s, not quite 75, but 73, 74 even. I feel that they went quickly. Not everyone got to say goodbye to him. And I don't feel his surname is Hudson. Does that make any sense at all? And then we can go from there. Because we ain't going to make it fit, because we don't do those things.
Okay.
And if not, this could be someone else's dad around you. It could be an uncle. It could be somebody else, you know, because this man's definitely, his surname is not Hudson. He's making that very, very clear to me. Maybe I can get what his name is. It might be Johnson or something else, but I feel his surname is definitely not Hudson. He's making that very, very clear.
Okay, so I don't know. Hopefully Shani just put the message there, but she's not replying.
Okay, so, she might have gone.
Yeah, she could have gone, but all right, we can go on to another one while we wait for Sandra.
Do you know what I want to do? Hello, beautiful ladies. Send messages for me, please. Lisa. Yes, Lisa. You know what? I'm stopping everyone from watching maths.
Watching what, sorry?
Maths.
Maths.
Married at First Sight.
Sorry?
Maths.
Maths.
Yeah, in Queensland, Married at First Sight.
Okay. I don't watch it. Sorry, I don't watch it.
Okay, no. My mum said she said to me, "I've reneged. I've done something bad. I've reneged." And a couple of weeks ago, what have you done? What's your problem, Mum? Because she's 94 this month, in February, end of February. I just reneged. I've But Mum, what are you talking about? Because I've decided I'm going to watch maths. I went, oh, Christ, that's what, is that what you were? Because last year she said, I'm not watching it again. There's too much drama. There's too much this. There's too much cheating and da-da-da-da. And it's not how it used to be, right? But the way she was saying it, I thought, what has she done? And I thought, if that's all you're worried about when you're hitting 94, that you've reneged on and you're going to start watching maths again. She said, well, what have we got to look forward to or worry about? How priceless is that? I just couldn't believe what she was going on about. I've reneged. What's she changed her mind? What's she upset about? She really seemed concerned. Yeah, because she promised us. She said, that's it. I'm not watching maths again. Anyway, so she's decided to watch The Voice at night. And in the daytime when maths is on, she's going to watch it at midday with me. I'm going to watch it with her.
Okay. Oh, that'll be fun then.
Yes. I'll get tied into it. Like, they don't make, you know, whatever.
So have you got any messages for Lisa Kasha?
Any messages? Okay, Lisa, I've got a feeling we've read for you before. So I'm hoping if I have, I've got someone for you. Did we get anything back from that other lady about their father? No.
No, nothing's come back. Hang on, let me just see. Only Jennifer Cowan. She sent a few messages. I can send them. After we do Lisa, we can have a look at her messages.
Okay, Lisa, let me see. Lisa, I've got a cousin or someone your age around you, love. I don't feel a parent or a grandparent. I feel a cousin, maybe a cousin or someone's like on that part of the tree of your age group. For some reason, I feel there's a cousin that you would understand that has passed, and I don't feel they got to live a very long life at all. I feel their life has been cut short very quickly through some accident. That's the feeling, what I'm sensing, and I feel bang, crash, gone, catapult. I'm in the spirit world, and they went quickly. Lisa, could you let us know if that makes any sense? I feel a cousin to you, or someone that says someone's like a cousin to you, or a cousin, even a cousin's husband or something, a cousin's wife. I feel on the cousin part.
Okay, she's got here, my cousin passed by a jet ski accident.
Okay, right. I'm asking because I'm getting cousin, right? And I think we've done it before because I've said to the spirit world, and that's what I'm getting, the cousin meant. Okay, they're around you, and there was 2 of them. I remember now. There was 2 that went quickly in an accident, and you let us know that it was a jet ski because I saw the Hawkesbury River. I remember that bit a couple of weeks ago. They're still around you, and you know what? They're just so happy that they've made contact and that you know that they're okay. All right. But that doesn't mean they're the only ones. So I'm going to ask them to just bring some other people close now that we've got a link. Lisa, I feel as if you're very spiritual and you've got a real kind heart and a spiritual path. I'd like you to look at your gifts or work out what you want to do. Because I feel as if we just need to fine tune you, or you need to get fine tuned. You need to look at what gifts you've got and go for it. Can you let me know if that makes any sense? And I feel they're occult gifts, psychic gifts, intuitive gifts, healing gifts, mediumship gifts, drawing gifts, writing gifts. You know, they're not. We're not talking about you're a talented dancer, or you could be, but I'm not talking about that. Or a talented golfer, or next thing you're going to win, you're going to beat Ash Barty in the next tennis round. I don't mean that. I feel it's spiritual. Okay. Did you read that out?
He was beautiful. Yes, he came through before. Oh my God, I loved him so much. And then she's saying that she's a is this her? The same one? Yeah. She's a Reiki master and learning to read.
Wow. Okay. Spot on. This is what they're talking about. That's what I meant. I didn't feel. Look, you could be good at golf or tennis, and maybe you're the next Ash Barty. Good on you. Let me know. Give me tickets, and I'll come and spur you on. But I felt it was more to do with the gifts in the spirit world or the spiritual things. If you need any, if you're learning to read, or I do teach as well and tutor, different cards and different things. If you're needing any of that help, and so do some of the other girls on the page. Have a look on the spiritual directory. We can, if we're not what you want, we can find someone that does do what you need to help you
She's
get done.
trying to fine tune, but gets a lot of brain fog. And also, don't forget to mention your course that's coming up, Moira. Your Absolute Beginners course as well.
Yeah,
that
I've
might
got
be able to help someone like Lisa
I've
as
got
well.
an Absolute Beginners course, and we start with the chakras. We also start with the clairs, the 6 clairs: clairvoyance, clairsentience, clair this, clair that. We go through the whole 6 of them and how they work, how your chakras work and your aura, and how you tap in psychically, because it's Absolute Beginner Psychic. And once you understand that, then I can have a look at your chart, and I can see in someone's chart about their mediumistic abilities, or about their healing abilities, and how far and what else they need to do. And sometimes I can't help them, but I can put you on to the person or on the path you need to, you know, by seeing what's going on in the stars and the planets and what happening at the moment. So you'd like the link, please? Yeah, it's $99, and we're going to be commencing Thursdays. I'm hoping either this Thursday or next Thursday. It's going to only be a small class. I only want a couple of 2 to 3, 4 people max in the classes, so that everyone gets to really learn properly within that 4 weeks to get them really going. And in that time, I'll also have special guests that they can work on and practice on that they don't know anything about. So you don't have to come up with a friend or anything. Don't worry, I'll provide all that. And it's via Zoom. It's $99 for 4 weeks, and it really just is Absolute Beginners, but it really is the basic. It works out the basic. You understand then who you are, about your intuition, how the psychic works, and then you're off and running. Because once you know how it works, like the mechanics, once you know how to drive a car, you're right. So it's similar. We're driving your abilities. We're not driving a car. Well, we are in our own way. So if that makes any sense, please contact me.
I've just put the link there to the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory, and the post about your course is at the top of the page. So if anybody wants to go and have a look at it, it's there. So it's she's saying, is it online or face to face?
It's online on Zoom. On Zoom, but there'll only be 3 or 4 in the class.
Yeah. Okay.
So like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then all the rest of it. Depends where you are, Lisa, as well. If you let me know are you up in Queensland? Maybe not. You feel
Yeah,
some
she
blocks.
said sounds awesome. She feels some blocks. So
Yeah. And sometimes if you don't know or don't understand or didn't know, because sometimes you don't know about how it all works. Once you understand how it works, like driving the car, oh, that's the indicator. That's what you do. You put the clutch in and you do this, you do that, and then off and away. You know, you're not chugging along like, oh, how do I do this? I'm getting a bit of this and a bit of that, and a bit of this and a bit of that. I'll help you fine tune with what you're in Sydney.
she's in Arborvale in Sydney. Yeah.
Right. Well, we're zooming. I think there's another lady I've already got that's can't wait to start. And I said to her, we'll wait till I get another couple of people. And I think she might be in the Sydney area as well. How many courses for the beginners? Okay, we do the first 4 weeks and then we assess where you're at and where you're going. You could end up, you could be really good at the healing side of things, or you might be then come up with more writing or drawing of the spirit world or drawing of psychic things. Do you know what I mean? So we go through all the basics, and then, okay, we'll have an assessment after 4 weeks. Where are you at? Are you a card reader, or are you a bit of everything? Because some of the best healers can read cards as well. Then you don't just have to be a healer. Or if you're a card reader, you know, you don't, you know, or you could just be a great card reader and don't do anything to do with healing. Everyone's so individual, and I can't say, well, everyone will be at this and everyone's doing that. No. All so individual. And look, it's taken me all these years to get to where I am. Now, someone else could be at where I'm at now, but they've only been into it 5 years. But they've done so much in 5 years, and they're karma, and that's how it was meant to be. And the next thing, then they're already, after 5 years, they're running a church and doing platform work and got their own shows happening. My life hasn't been that way, and I'm not at the moment meant to be doing live shows or that show person yet. Maybe I've done a few things. I've done a few wonderful things with artists, spirit artists, and shows and things, but I don't think it's part of that. You know, that you see that there are mediums that's all they do, and that's fine. That's their income and that's their life. But
she does expos. That's how she met Anne Marie. So
okay, all right, brilliant. Okay, so just contact me privately, even if you find my phone number's there. Send me a text. Now, I do look after my 94-year-old mother. Not that she needs looking after in her own way. I've got to make sure she's okay, fed and watered like a plant. But she's not a toddler or anyone that I have to keep an eye on 24/7. That, hey, but I do have to be here in case she has a fall, so I don't like go far without someone else being here with her. It's only because we've had some falls and it's not good. So text me or private message me, and then I'll get back to you and we'll work out a time that suits me and you, and we can have a chat. And there's no obligation to join anything or have readings or anything. There's no obligation. We can just have a chat about where you're at and what you want to do, and you know, and maybe can I help you? And if I can't, I know people that maybe can.
Okay. So awesome. She's said awesome. So if anybody wants to contact, go to www.psychicsoulguidance directory and find Moira, and she's on the events page as well. So you'll see the course, the course for $99 on the events page. Go to the readers page, you find links to her page and everything like that. So yeah, it'll be easy enough to contact her. She's the Celtic Moon on Facebook.
Yeah, and the new moon, and it's in a part of the sky about learning or picking up what you've been learning or continuing to learn. Dale says, bye, lady. Bye, Dale. And thank you for your astrology question. I hope that's helped. And think of some more astrology questions. I'm back on live the Celtic Moon on Wednesday night, and of course Monday nights here on the directory.
Because we're just we're all just over our 2 hours. Is there any more questions before we head off for the night? I think just about everybody's gone by the looks, Moira.
Yeah, that's okay.
Suddenly mass exit, is that mass, what is it called? Mass started.
It could be math, it could be math, or it could be because it's Monday. I don't know. But I do think that the lives, this is only my own personal thing, Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe the odd Thursday, but Friday, Saturdays, not really. People are doing other things.
Yeah. Good night, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa. Please be in touch. And remember, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a big Manly fan. So as soon as footy season starts, Friday night, Fridays, you know where I am. I'm
In front
watching
of the
it.
TV. Fair
Oh yeah,
enough.
and
No,
I am
I'm not
live.
just a football person, but I occasionally tune in. But I don't really have a team. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and then others have other things that they do, and sometimes it's a family night, sometimes it's just fish and chip night, or sometimes it's like, well, it's not a night that you want to go on a live. I don't know. It's everyone's
Do you want
different.
to do one last quick question, Moira?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so may I ask if Mum Val Rundle is around? This is Jennifer again, Jennifer Cohen again.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know whether her name's Val Rundle, but I'll see if I can get a mum or somebody.
And then she said he issues her souch. What does that mean? Issues her souch. I don't know what that means. So much.
I think she meant to put "I miss her so much." But
Yeah, that's what I
let's
was
see.
thinking. I miss her so much. Yeah. Oh, that she's written it. She's written it in English for us oldies. Miss her so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Do you know, I agree. I get a bit annoyed with these type things, and they just type what you think you've put something, and president comes up. And I go, I didn't write the word president. I put
I
politician
know. I know.
or whatever. And you go,
That
who wrote
happens
that
all the
word?
time. Yeah.
And how do we stop that?
I don't think you can because I mean I've gone back and I've checked 3 times. I've had to change the spelling of a word on a text message, and I think, why does this happen all the time?
Because
You
someone
know?
told me there's a spell check thing that you can get, and
Yeah.
it fixes but I might go to put um something, and next thing it comes up with something absolutely, it hasn't even got the J in it, it's got the H something. I'm like, well, I didn't even put that there.
I know.
Another
That's just trying to drive us
typo.
crazy. Yeah.
Another typo. I'm so challenged. Okay, Jennifer, let me see if we can get a mum or anything from mum. There's a mum
Yeah.
there.
So Mum Val Rundle.
I've got a lady here because it comes close from the spirit world that is showing me my knuckles, and I don't have arthritis, but I know my grandmother had arthritis, and people that do often have problems, with the knuckles. Like, I don't have it, thank God, yet. I'm hoping not to. I'll stay on the medical medium juice, so I won't get the inflammation. But I feel as if you would understand her talking about her hands being crippled or sore and knuckles as well. And I don't know
Valerie
whether,
Lois Dale Rundle.
right, okay, I don't know whether you understand it. Could you let us know whether the knuckles or the arthritis in the hands mean something about her, or that you would remember, or is that you? Because she's making note of hands being crippled.
Her mum, my nan, Edith Dale.
Okay, maybe that was her. Maybe it's her mother that's had but someone did really badly, and I'm getting really sore, and their knuckles really being big from it, and I can't put my rings on. I can't feel at all. And I feel as if they lived to quite an old age, whoever had the sore knuckles and finger in their 80s, 90s even, like old. They didn't pass young at all. I feel as if they grew, and that grew as they got older, it got worse. And I'm getting that feeling because I feel as if they were a knitter or a crocheter and even a piano player, and those things were taken away from them 91. Okay, because I felt as if they got old, this got worse. I feel as if they could knit and crochet and was good at it. Oh, your mum was 91 as well. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting an old age, right? And what is old? Is 95 old enough, or is 100 too old, or I don't know. Some people say that 78 is old. I don't see that as old at all. Anyway, but I felt
Nan
they're old.
crocheted and Mum knitted.
Great, but I feel as if towards the end of their life, they couldn't. Whoever had the arthritis definitely couldn't get to do those things at all. And one of them did beautiful needlework. And I'm seeing runners and doilies that were that not just crocheted, but had the needlework done on them, and even tapestry. No, I don't feel it's not tapestries. It's needlework. That's what I'm being shown. that needlework that, of course, back in the day, a lot of people did do that, but that's what I'm being shown. And good eye for needlework. Okay.
Yeah, it was a nan. Her nan was the one that
Nan.
did that.
Yeah. And it's as if, I feel as if I want to say to you, do you understand that you're trying to, with the needlework, you're trying to fix things in your life or sew things up and mend. They're good at mending. Look, this lady even mended socks, tea towels, sheets, the lot. Nothing had thrown out. She was that sort of person. No, she wasn't a throwaway person. Some people are. She wasn't. If it could be fixed, she would find a way to fix it. And I feel as if this is what she's saying about you at the moment. You're trying to fix things and you're mending things at the moment in your life. Now I'm saying, okay, that sounds pretty general. What part of her life is this all about? And I think it's to do with about where you're at spiritually, where you're at with your work or what you want to do. You're trying to mend things, and it's going to take proper needlework to do it, right? So I feel as if that message is like, hey, when you do needlework, you have to really concentrate and really be focused. And because I never could do that properly. I was never focused with the needlework or any of that stuff. But I feel this is the message is that you have to be focused and you have to really keep your eye on what you're doing. Okay. And every bit's got to go in its proper place to make it right, to do the pattern and to do the picture and all the rest of it, right? So I feel you've got mum and grandmother with you, and I feel as if there's a whole heap of sisters. Now, I want to say they're nan sisters more than just mum sisters, right? I feel there's a family of maybe 5 girls or maybe lots of girls, but I'm getting a handful of girls at least to do with nan. Could you let me know? I'm seeing a whole heap of girls in a family. And it's needlework, needlepoint work. It's fragile. It's, you can't just zip it up and it's fixed. You can't just put some glue on it and it's fixed. Whatever's going on in your life, it's going to take time and patience. And I feel as if what she's talking about, without me getting too personal on the live. Just concentrate.
They're all girls. She said they're all girls, and then she says you are on point.
Okay, because that's what you're going to look at, the symbology of what I'm blending with and getting. Okay, and look, mediums can do things wrong, and we can interpret it wrong. So I'm trying to tell you what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, how I feel they want to get the message across. Now you could take that message in another way. Okay, and maybe it fits in another way, but this is how I'm perceiving it, and it doesn't mean I'm right. Okay, but if you can understand what she's saying about the needle point and how it means, right? You need a miracle, yeah. Because I'm laughing, really. I don't want to be rude, but for me to be able to do needle point, I would need a miracle because I don't have the depth and the concentration and the focus, okay, to do that needlework or fix some things, right? And I think that's what they're saying to you is, it's not an easy fix. You can't just glue it together. You can't. Okay, so how much of your time or how much of your energy are you going to allow this to take up? And I feel as if I want to say to you, what would if you could sit and have a cup of tea with them now or coffee, one of them drank coffee, that's for sure, because I can smell coffee unless it's you, but one was definitely a coffee drinker. What would their answer be? As in, I'm sitting with mum and nan and grandma and everybody else, and I'm telling them what we're trying to fix and all. What would they say to you? What would their answer be at the kitchen table or at the dining room table or even wherever sitting? So what would they say? Because if you think of that, I feel that's where you get your answer. I know that might sound generic or, oh, yeah, that's not an answer. To me, that's what they're showing me. I'm starting back piano next week for my personal happiness. Brilliant, brilliant. I feel there's a lot of things that you're going to do to change your life step by step, slowly. But whatever needs fixing, it can't be fixed overnight, love. I'm sorry. I wish it could be. There's a lot of emotional stuff around you and a lot of people that you need to not shake and say, listen to me, not yell and scream at them, but there's a lot of situations in that maybe you've got to step back from because you just can't fix them. They're not fixable by you. And these people need other help from something else. The same as if you've got a toothache, I can say, hey, this and that, but maybe at the end of the day, you need a dentist, not a medium. Get what I mean? Same sort of thing. Get off your backside, get out of bed and just do it. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they'd say to you. Okay. But but I feel that there's other things holding you back and there's a lot of emotional, even depression around you. Now, I'm not saying you're in a deep, dark depression and you need psychiatrist or any of that, but I feel there's the touch of depression around you, okay? And it's because of what's been going on in your life and what you've taken on and who you've taken on, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. If that's the answer, that's what they would have said, try and think of, okay, right, well, I will give myself a shake because that's what my mother always said. I'll give yourself a shake, move on, get going. Whereas sometimes that isn't always the answer. You have to do it a bit more gently. But have a think about how you can slowly get rid of what you can't fix, or whatever you can't fix, front them or front the situation. Say, I can't fix you. Sorry, you need this, or I feel you need that, or whatever. And I feel that will help. But we've been told Rome wasn't built in a day and it's not going to happen overnight. Sorry. I wish I could just bibbity bobbity boo and it's all good, but it's not. You're just going to have to slowly and work this out yourself and delete what you can't fix and try not to worry about it, because if you can't fix it, you can't fix it. And you're not super glue.
Anyway, that's about all we've got time for tonight. We've gone over a bit too far. But if you want to hear more from Moira, please contact Moira via her either the Celtic Moon page or through the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory if you want a more in-depth reading. And she'll be able to help you there, I'm sure. Anything else you wanted to say, Moira, before we end the broadcast?
No, happy new moon. And next week we'll talk about the full moon coming and the nodes of the moon, how they're changing, and other things that are progressing through February. But it is a new moon, when the best time to put out your new intentions about what you'd like to grow and what you'd like to expand on, or what you'd love, in your life. And it could be on your footy career, or it could be your golfing career, or it could be that you want to be a better fisherman or whatever. When you see that little crescent moon, it's better to do it then than on that dark moon. But the dark moon time is about thinking about it and meditating on it and putting it out there to the ethers. Then maybe write it down and even just talk to the moon. I know that might sound crazy. Talk to her, show her your intentions or what you'd like, and just wait and see what happens. Look, hey, I can't promise people lotto or miracles overnight, but things do happen. I've seen people ask for things and manifest them, and next thing they've got them, and I'm like, whoa. Okay? A bit like doing a vision board. So if you're going to do a vision board for the year or even for the month, you do it now and then present it to that new moon when you see that little crescent in the next day or two.
Okay, good advice. Okay, everybody, so we've got to just say good night for now. So Moira's back on. You're back on Wednesday night from your own page, Moira. Is that right, from the Celtic Moon?
Yep, and I'll back on Monday. Are we back on with our lovely animal communicator as well Monday?
I'm not sure. We'll ask if she's very welcome anytime she wants, because she's very good at it. And so you can find Moira again on Wednesday night on her page, the Celtic Moon, and also she'll be back here again next Monday night. Yeah. So goodbye from the Psychic Soul Guidance Directory, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
And happy new moon.
Happy new moon as well. Bye for now.